It's Monday morning, and it's the day that I increase the number of laps I do around this building, as well as the amount of stairs I do. So I'll do that all this week, and then next week I'll increase it. You know, I've said several times lately on my channel that anybody who through hikes, who has completed a through hike of the Appalachian Trail is a hero to me. Like many of you, I've researched a lot concerning the Appalachian Trail and have been out there now a couple of times. Got a little taste of it, experienced it. And you know, it's anybody who does that 6 months or whatever it takes, finishes it, I don't care who they are, they're a hero to me for that reason. Back in 1999, I moved to Wyoming, and I preached at a little congregation, Church of Christ, there in DuBois, Wyoming, real close to Yellowstone and the Tetons. And I was weighing a little over 500 pounds at that time. Now, I had just gone through 2 years of a preaching school, and which kind of surprised me that I went to the school, because for most of my life I had been morbidly obese, and all I wanted to do was be a hermit. You know, I just really wanted to close myself off from society because of my weight. I was ashamed of it and ashamed of how I looked. And so to make the decision to go to a school of preaching, a strange place where I didn't really know anybody hardly, and where I would be in front and center at times preaching or teaching, I look back on that and am surprised that I made the decision, although I'm very thankful that I did. And then making the decision to move to Wyoming, where I didn't know anybody, in that small town, and so far away from Texas, and a lot of responsibility, and still weighing, like I said, over 500 pounds. I'm surprised now that I did it. Once again, very thankful that I did, because going through that school and also living up there in Wyoming, that just opened up my mind. It opened up my eyes to many things, and living in such beautiful country, like I said, close to Yellowstone, close to the Tetons, and where I lived was gorgeous, just right there. I started thinking about how much I was missing out on life, how much I really wanted to get out in those mountains and have my own little adventures, but I wasn't in good physical shape to do that. And so thus began the change of my mindset. Thus began a journey of making the best attempts I've ever made in my life, of losing weight and getting in shape and getting healthy. And it was right around that time that I was introduced to the Appalachian Trail. A friend of mine that I knew in preaching school is younger than me by a number of years, but when I was in Wyoming in the year 2000, he completed a through hike of the Appalachian Trail. I'd heard of the trail. I didn't know that much about it. And he completed that hike, which just kind of, as I researched about the trail, it blew my mind what he was able to do. So I became automatically interested in the AT. Well, shortly after that, my mother sent me a book that she had read, and it was A Walk in the Woods, and she really enjoyed it, said it was funny. She sent it to me in Wyoming, and I too really enjoyed it. And that's when I developed the desire to someday do a through hike of the Appalachian Trail. Now, my original plan way back then was to lose weight, to lose all the weight that I needed to be healthy, and just to take the physical adventures, and just as well, of course, to make life easier, the day-to-day things that you have to do. But I wanted to lose all the weight I could and then do a through hike of the Appalachian Trail. That was a dream started way back then. Finally, back in Texas, and my situation had changed. My parents had passed away. Our business ended. We had to sell the business. And I really had forgotten about that dream of a through hike. And it just dawned on me one day, this is the perfect time for me, to do this. But I still had to lose all the weight. And so I had determined to make an attempt to get the weight off of me and then get out on the trail. It never really was my dream or idea to go out on the trail to lose weight. And so losing weight was more difficult than I thought. And in 2017, I had lost 150 pounds before I went out on the trail. So that was helpful, but it wasn't enough. So, I've never said that I'm going to give up the dream of doing a through hike of the Appalachian Trail. I just don't know what the future holds. I just know, for me, I've made 2 attempts, and neither one worked out at all, as you know. And I know for me that if I want to be successful, I need to get a lot of the weight off of me, a lot more than I did the first time. And I need to be in much better physical shape as far as conditioning is concerned. Because if I can attack it that way, and not count on, so much the trail itself strengthening me and helping me lose weight, then I will have better opportunity for success. So that's the way my mind is right now. Not going to make a date of when I'm going to possibly do that, Lord willing, but I know that I got to take care of first things first, and then I'll start thinking seriously about when I'm going to make that next attempt, when I'm going to through hike the Appalachian Trail. Of course, all this has been on my mind a lot lately, but I have to say, Early Riser this morning, he had a particularly inspirational video that he put out this morning, and I really appreciated it. And it certainly was a motivation and an inspiration that fit right into my mindset. And so I was thankful for that. But also, another reason that it's all really on my mind, as strong as it is because that friend of mine who hiked the Appalachian Trail, March 14th was his 19th anniversary of when he stepped foot on the Appalachian Trail to do his through hike. John McKenzie is his name. So he was my original hero. So thank you, John. So as far as this summer. And New Jersey, there are 72 miles of the Appalachian Trail in New Jersey. So I know that if I'm consistent and if I do all the things that I need to do, and if the good Lord wills, I'm going to do all 72 miles this summer. I'm going to be meeting Joe and his wife on June 4th or 5th. We'll be hitting the trail. I'm going to do the 72 miles in New Jersey off the AT this June. Early! Hey, buddy. I think he watched me walk all the way the whole time I was gone. How are you? Do you want me to come back there and see you? Huh? Okay, I'll come back there. All right, I'll see you in just a minute.